What is good, everybody? You already know it's your girl Winter. Long awaited. Man, what a vacation it's been. Thank you all for the love and support. The growth has been unreal since I've taken a vacation, but I'm happy to be back. Obviously, fired up as ever. Today we have a heater guest on board. We're going to talk a little mad controversy, really touch the topics nobody else wants to. Two chicken shit too. No holds barred on this channel. You already know what's going down. Additionally, look at this fucked shit, right? It's bulking season, so I'm taking it to the max. Still got my body looking right, but I'm gonna plow down these calories in the form of carbs, do some squats, still keep it right and tight, you know what I'm saying, dudes? All right. The long awaited, you see him on screen here. This is the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, WiinterTiime. You want to, I guess, introduce yourself to the guests so everybody knows who you are. I'm going to drop in chat your socials right now.
All right, I'm going to keep it simple. You feel me? I'm hood, I'm black, and I trade Forex. Straight up.
Okay, so that's it on that. All right. I mean, say less. Okay, so we're basically going to be bringing the fresh perspective of, okay, not only are we traders, but we're going to talk on life as well. Oh, look. Hang on. All right, I got to pause that for a second. Shout out Ty. All right, that's his socials. Go click on his YouTube, follow him. From there, you're going to be a direct link to Instagram as well, so you should have no problems there. Anyway, like I was saying prior, we're going to bring the fresh perspective of not only do we both trade, we also trade in the Forex realm, so hopefully there's future collaborations destined to go down. Not only chart-wise, but since it's the weekend, I'll get into our regular market outlook a little bit later. Today, we wanted to kind of talk on topics gender-based to get that fresh perspective of what I think as a woman versus he does as a man, both on and off the courts when it comes to trading.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Oh my god.
That's so precious.
Oh, you're hosting. Hey, thanks so much. Appreciate it. I don't know if you heard the alert or whatever. That's why I freaked out. It's pretty loud. So who do you think makes a better trader? First and foremost, let's get into the trade game talks right away. A male or a female, and why?
You already know the males.
Males? I think the males are more dominant. Okay, tell me why.
Males go for sure, we were dominant. But at the end of the day, males created the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. That's what it's going to be. And plus, I mean, when you do look at, like, you know, some of the biggest traders in the world, it's really not a female-dominated, you know, game. Janet Yellen, she makes a great Fed chair. You know what I'm saying? But that's where it's at.
Right. I totally agree with the premise of how it was created. Yes, it has been male dominated, not only this realm of profession, but any realm of profession. How I disagree, however, is one thing that I have seen on your channel through doing research is you preach, just like me, first and foremost, risk. You really need to manage your risk. And who the fuck in the world is more risk adverse than a woman? And that's what I found with the very few women that are actually interested in trading. A lot of them have just been told they can't do it. They haven't been made aware of, okay, that this is something that you can actually do. It's very hard for me even to source women into this channel because, again, it's very male dominated and made aware. So I do agree with you on that front. It's not very prevalent that females, but whenever I do come across a female trader, generally they are financially independent, time independent, and I think that's a lot based on the fact that they are more risk adverse. What do you think about that?
Oh, but that's not the question you asked. You didn't ask who is the most risk adverse. You asked who is the best. You know what I'm saying?
No, who makes the best trader individually?
Well, definitely it's gonna be a male. So speaking about risk and taking risks, okay. So buildings, right? Well, we don't necessarily see females out there taking risks building buildings. So, I mean, you kind of need a building to stay in, a building to sleep in. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, when it comes to building beds too, shit. Mm-hmm. You usually, let me get somebody in here to, you know, drill this shit together and put it together. So it's like the men basically are here to build and create, build and create. You know what I'm saying? The big architectural shit like that. People go in and, you know, those are architectural marvels. They're looking at the shit like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Like, you know, it took some men to go in there and take some risks. Sometimes you see those crazy structures and they have, like, you know, interest arcs and shit in them. Well, say a dude had to get up there with a machine and put that motherfucker together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know we take it. It doesn't seem like we take a lot of risks, but shit, I mean, we take the biggest risks, and that's why it's gonna stay a male-dominated industry. I
The
think it's
biggest
dope that,
payoffs as well.
shit, I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's a lot of new female energy coming in, and it's definitely gonna add some controversy. You get me? It's definitely gonna add some controversy. It's gonna add a lot of mix, especially when the females get super vicious and start challenging the dudes. Like then it's like, okay, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
because
what it's been
eventually-
lately for me. I've been doing a lot of YOLO plays. So
Okay.
now I'm becoming
You know,
a lot less risk adverse, but that's only because I've made my Forex bag, so now I could kind of like spread it all over. And yes, I do agree, high risk, high reward, absolutely across the board. That's what's shown me the largest realized gains in the last year or so. So I totally agree on that front. Speaking of which, we were talking about, okay, not only in this profession, but this fact bleeds into other professions, largely because, okay, previously, the American home was structured as such. The male worked, the female didn't. Do you think that image of a relationship of, I guess, the male-female dynamic is over and done with? Do you think we should keep it? Are you happy that it's changing, and why?
shit. So I feel like everybody should work for their dreams and goals. Inside of the house, like I got dreams and goals. I work on mine. You know what I'm saying? Girl has dreams and girls. She works on hers. That's what it is. And then, that's you have your separate shit, and then you have your together shit. You know what I'm saying, that you working on. But as a male being a provider, like take care of that shit. That's simple. Like knock out. That's what I'm saying. Like that's your. It's not saying that's the job, but you get me.
So you think that fact should stand, that the male should stay the provider, and then the female should still sacrifice in some way, shape, or form, and then chase her dreams?
I feel like the male should stay the provider for the simple fact that it's gonna take. That's how you're gonna be able to continue your leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you continue your leadership. You take care of what you need to take care of. You be the motherfucking man. You know what I'm saying?
So you think all men have to be the leaders in a relationship?
I thought about to let those females lead. Why is a woman get to tell me what to do?
And in different dynamics, it happens a lot. Which is why I'm curious your perspective, because you have a different
one. A lot of
one.
weak men where it's happening. What is a female? Oh yeah, I need you to go here. That's not where we're going though. Like you know what I'm saying? I got the fucking game plan. I got the flow map. Well, and if that don't work, then that's what I'm saying. But shit, my plan is my plan. I'm here to do my plan. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's your plan first, and if there's space for her dreams to be built, then she can. And until then, so I only ask it in that format, right? It may sound catty. Right. It's not intended to be that way. Let me explain, rather.
Okay, go ahead.
I've been married. I've been divorced. I've been married twice, actually. I kind of outgrew them. It was a good relationship. Otherwise, I just got kind of bored, whatever. They weren't doing much. They were stagnant with their lives and their dreams, both individually. I had children with this last one, and a lot of it was, yeah, I totally support you, only if you sacrifice first, and you take care of like the house, the cleaning, the cooking, all that stuff.
I got a question, not to cut you off. Were you the breadwinner, yes or no?
Yes.
For sure. So you had the dick in the relationship. Niggas was gonna feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
But why does it? So that's why I love this conversation and having it with you. Both we drive together on and off the screen, and I love that. But that said, it's like, why does that make me having a dick in the relationship? Like, what is that construct, that thought around a male-female dynamic in a relationship?
I don't know. It's just there. You know what I'm saying? It just exists. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some dudes feel weak around that shit. They're not able to process. You know what I'm saying? Some people know how to correlate and make it work. Some people know how to have a friendly competition. So it really, I feel like it depends on the person. It depends on the mindset. It really depends on shit. Are you coming into something, bringing like emotional baggage? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Are you coming into some shit being like motherfucking whole? Like, hey, boom, I'm assertive. This is what I want. Okay, you make some bread. You make more. Okay, that's cool. Boom, but hey, this is what it is. Bam, 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 bam. Like, oh shit. Like, men are supposed to lead. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the situation. Mm-hmm. So I just don't feel like it's a female dynamic to lead. That's just not y'all role. You know what I mean?
Okay, how do you feel that if it does switch, if there's no control over that fact, and it takes some time for a male to get to the female, in my those situations. If it takes time for them to do that, how can they then become having the dick in the relationship again? Like out earning me that's been trading for a decade, like how does that play into things?
Shit, start building. Okay, you got the resources now. It's time to build, build, build. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be some sort of construct there, some sort of a man doing what he's supposed to do, which is build. Like that's what we're supposed to do, build, make shit. That's leaving the imprint. Coming here, shit, buying the land and building on it, making something, making your own house, making your own shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It
I
used
am
to be more like,
curious. You said something
go
really
ahead.
interesting just now, though.
What's up?
Now that you have the resources, but it was based on the
Yeah.
premise that, okay, a man needs to basically like start from scratch, whatever, be self-made in and of himself, and then support the family. But based on that premise of, okay, if he's married to me, now he has the resources. So basically, he should make a life and out earn me based on my current income, like using that income to then build a business.
I feel like either compete or co-create. You know what I'm saying? Like then it would come to the question with like, well, shit, is the female willing to share? You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
guess in
yeah.
that construct, you know what I'm saying. So then it's like that's what the shit would in a sense draw a line. You would have to work that shit out early on. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. Okay, so you also just said something interesting. If a female's willing to share, a lot of this premise kind of comes across and sounds like, which is fine. Like most males I talk to, you have actually done research on me as well. You know my crowd. We're fucking boys. I'm basically one of the boys at this point. Let's just keep it real, right? That said, a lot of the sentiment that you're sharing is kind of like, okay, I make mine and support based off of mine, and she makes hers, and that's hers, and she has half of mine too. So, is that an accurate
But then it wouldn't
description?
be. It wouldn't be. I guess if then when it comes to marriage, see, you could be like, oh well, you have half. Well, shit. I guess he would have to give or take whatever you give at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Because I'm even
because
telling you
you run
legally.
different.
So,
Well, legally, I mean, I guess it's different.
so let me tell you what.
Okay.
I usually don't talk like my exes down or anything, but the one negative thing I do have to say about this last one, whenever I was in real money and we divorced, the law doesn't care about gender. I literally he made out like the bitch in the marriage, if that's what you want to call it, right? And I pay him money. So, I mean, if the law doesn't care, then
I've
should
always
we
heard
any
it. Hey, I've
longer?
always heard it from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? So to have a
Right.
different perspective, it's a different perspective.
So how does that make you feel now knowing that?
That's crazy.
It is crazy. He's smart, that motherfucker. So that's your thought. Okay, it's crazy. How about women's rights while we're going there? Because I'm always curious about the man's perspective, and every man is always different. But you don't cater to whether a female's beautiful or not, who she is, what she makes, which is why I really respect and appreciate this fresh perspective. That said, how do you feel about women's rights? Like, okay, I'll start on the most controversial level, then we'll work our way down. Like abortion, for instance. What do you think about that?
Feel like that's a woman's right though. You feel me? Like that. First off, it's her body. So
Beautiful.
like, she can't be like, oh, I don't want to. Like, if she's, I don't want to bear this baby. Then I mean, the man can be like, yeah, I need you to have this. Like, look, she want to do whatever she want to do. Cause at the end of the day, I mean, that's her choice. Even though it seems like it's a have decision, but like it's not in us though. So we
Right.
don't have to go through all the, you know what I'm saying, everything that come with it. That's the whole process.
It's
You
a
know what I'm saying?
motherfucker, let me tell you.
I'm not a female, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't, I can't experience it from that perspective. So, but I've watched it, you know what I'm saying? So I know, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. So you're watching it. How does that come up in your... So, okay, I never even asked you, and I don't want to get too personal. You just tell me to shut the fuck up if I ever cross the line, now or ever in this stream, right? But, you've seen it, so you have a kid. Is that accurate? Or no? You've seen it
Yeah.
in, like, other family members.
Nah, I got a kid.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how does that relationship dynamic work with you? Does the mother of your child make money, or is she more of like a classical American role? Which there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, moms,
Her own shit
trust me,
cracking
it's a
on like Facebook
24/7
and stuff.
job.
Nah, she got her own shit cracking on Facebook and shit. You feel me? So,
That's
like,
so
I do my
good.
thing and then she do her shit.
So then who takes primary care of the kid though all the time? Do you feel like she absolutely has to sacrifice first and then she can chase her dreams, or do you share the
She could
brunt of
chase
the
her
work?
dreams. She could chase her dreams. Like, what's dope is we got the computers now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like, I mean, it's there. So it's you can do whatever you want to do. You
Right.
know what I mean?
That absolutely
So
does
that's
make
how
it
she.
easier. So I'm not knocking
Yeah.
that. But what I'm saying is, you, just as much as I have two kids, we both
Yeah.
know that kids take up a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they always come first. So that said, I mean, there does have to come some level of sacrifice between you and whoever mothered your child, right? That said, who makes the most sacrifice and why?
She make the most sacrifice for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because she got to watch my daughter. Well, I do got to do my thing. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, for sure.
Okay, whatever happens, do you ever watch your daughter while she does her thing?
Yeah.
Or your stuff comes first and then hers. I'm only curious. Like, this isn't
If
an
she,
attacking manner,
look, if
guys.
she,
Just so you guys
no,
are
and I'm
aware.
putting it out to her. If she asks me and need me to do what I gotta do, then I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man first, so it's like I'm gonna
Right.
take care of my business. I'm gonna take care of my kids. I'm gonna take care of my daughter.
And
You know what
thank
I'm
God
saying?
for
So
trading. If you guys are brand new to the trade game and just tuning in, that's why you need to. That right there. Especially if you're a man to a child. You could be there full time just from, your trading income. You have your time, money freedom. You could do whatever the fuck you want with your life. Um, let's see. How about, I'm curious, you said you had a daughter, and that's so good to know. I have a boy and a girl, so seeing them both grow up in that different dynamic should be interesting. That said, how do you feel about like dress codes in a school, for instance, as she grows up? What do you think about that?
what do you mean?
What do you think about dress codes in a school?
Um, like school uniform?
Okay, well that's actually a good question to preface
Okay.
this with. Do you feel schools should have uniforms or no?
So I feel like it totally depends. So when I was a kid, I had the uniform shit. You know what I mean? I don't know if it made me different or not, but I definitely had the uniform. I started. I think I went from shit kindergarten. Well, not kindergarten, but first grade to eighth grade uniform, and then high school no uniform. So I
Right.
mean, I didn't really care about it. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. My mom was able to buy me a few pair of pants, like three, four pair of pants, wash them. Okay, let me get faded. Go get some other ones. You know what I'm saying? So it was like
Yeah.
it was cheap. You know what I mean too. So I think it's cool. You know what I mean? Uniforms, and then like high school, then you got to really drop that baggy.
Yeah, absolutely right. But by then, you should probably be a
Yeah,
contributing member of society to
yeah,
some degree.
yeah.
Um, so that said, let's go in the instance of high school then. Your daughter's in high school.
Okay.
How do you feel about dress code limits, rules then? Do you think
For
that
sure.
that it
I
should
got, I
stand
got.
like, oh, you should have X amount of inches above your knees and all that
Look,
stuff?
I'm pushing and enforcing the limits for what my daughter gonna wear. Straight up, she could do her thing, but with dressing. But it's like I'm a father too, so it's like,
Yeah.
hey, like I'm gonna check her if she get out of line. Hey, that's you know what I'm saying. That's too crazy. Like I don't even know why you would own something like that. Like for real, that's for real. Like you know what I'm saying. So definitely, you know
And
what I
so,
mean.
like, I hear that a lot, which is why I'm so interested to pick your brain about it. All my
Yeah,
homies kind of feel the same, especially if they have hypothetically, or do actually have a daughter, right? Um,
yeah,
and a lot of the message that I hear as well, based on what you just said, is okay, well, the reason for that is because then little boys are going to look. So women need to control their dress or how they act or how
for
they
sure.
are. Do you think that that's true, and why?
I mean, look, like how you dress is really inviting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like depending on what you gonna give out there, just like all right, that's the energy you gonna get back. You know what I mean? Straight up.
I don't know. I mean,
So
I
it's like
kind of, I'll be honest, I dress a hoe, and I don't really cultivate that crowd at all. But I mean, that's just because I'm proud of my body. I've already pumped two kids out. I'm slim, thick, I would like to think, I've been told. Anyway, yeah. And my crowd is basically all boys. We're homies. We talk shit together. So I don't know. Maybe now that you have that perspective, it may change. Maybe it won't. And I respect it either way. But I don't know. I just think that's so funny that people think, oh, little boys can't control themselves because of like what little girls wear. When it's like, well,
yeah.
maybe there should be more of an effort and circumstance around self
Feel like
control,
I don't
don't you
even feel like
think?
it's the little. I don't even feel like it's the little boys. Like you got grown men who are fucking weird. You get what I'm saying? So it's like really, that's. I mean, you get me. So it's like you want to play, survival of the fittest out in this motherfucker for real, for real. You know what I mean? So
So wouldn't the lesson revolve around maybe self control then, instead of controlling how somebody dresses? Because that's like impeding
both.
on freedoms in a sense a little bit.
I'm gonna, but yeah, I feel like both though. How you dress, how you carry yourself, everything. What I mean, I feel like everything takes it to account. If to being educated, you get me. So
Right.
that too, I feel like being educated is really a big part of the game. So just being alert, shit.
Yeah, awareness is king. And people, man, if you don't have fucking situational awareness, get the fuck off my Twitch right now. You guys know me. Just don't. Don't be a fucking idiot. Don't be a head ass. Let's elevate our community as a whole. And if you're not there yet, then get there. Or, again, hop off. One of the two. I'm just fucking saying. It's so funny, too, because in my Discord, if you guys aren't tapped in, just put exclamation point either Discord or exclamation point socials, and that'll link you to all our socials here on the channel, what we're working on with the team, all that stuff. Anyway, yeah, one of my channels is headassery, but that's more so, for the intelligent species to get their degenerate behavior out in one area and then go about their business in the trading realm, the self-improvement. Like, there's a channel for books. It's free books. It's called Read a Fucking Book, actually. So yeah, that's basically my beliefs on this channel as well, and you're very aligned with that, which it's refreshing to hear. So I'm about to ask a question that's gonna send the alphabet army the fuck after us. Are you aware what the alphabet army is?
Pretty sure you about to put me on game.
Yeah, so they here's a hint. They created cancel culture in its entirety. If you don't adhere to some like values or whatever, basically.
I trade Forex. I don't really believe in cancel culture. I mean, it don't
Yeah,
really
it's
matter.
fucking
You know
dumb.
what I'm
It's so
saying? Like,
fucking stupid.
imagine somebody trying to cancel. Like, nigga, okay, bitch, go straight to the motherfucking.
Anytime somebody tells me that, literally, I always have a hashtag going that says cancel winter. Like, I totally encourage it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Very
like a shit talking specimen. Anyway, man identifies as woman, goes out and breaks all the swimming world records. What do you think about that?
It's interesting that men gotta be the best at everything.
Okay, there goes that
You know,
egocentric brain, boys. All right, I know you all have it. Respect.
but
It's
look,
biology.
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody gonna be who they are. I don't feel like it's right. You know what I mean? I just rightfully because our bodies are just built different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I really don't feel like it's right. But I do feel like people gonna be whoever they want to be. So I mean, if they want to express themselves, I'm me. I'm gonna express myself however I want to. So whoever
Yeah.
I expect somebody else to feel the same way about themselves. They wake up, they gonna express themselves how they want to, and then they gotta be whoever they gonna be, and that's who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's how I look at it. But when it comes in the aspect of competing, and we talk about in sports now, like you know what I'm saying, like you already know. I mean, it's kind of expected. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, so we just can't take that out of account. Like you get me?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually really am on deck with that response. I agree in its entirety. I'm actually a big supporter of the Alphabet Army. My very best friend is like gay motherfucker, and I love him to death. His name's Rudy. Shout out Rudy if you're watching. I'm sure you are. Hello, I love you. Anyway, that said, I think that's also dumb as fuck. This scenario we're talking about. So, if you are aware, which I'm sure you and everybody that has a pulse is, double standards, gender double standards across the board. They fucking exist, right? So say in the instance of if a woman, and they've been clowned, now women have actually proven this to be so. But anyway, in the beginning, whenever women could go into hand-in-hand combat, right? They made that legal. Fine. But basically the main point of contention is that, okay, well, men and women are just built different, and I don't expect a woman to be able to carry. Now, there are rare exceptions to the rule, but again, like he said, our biology isn't the same. So that said, a lot of people had apprehensions about women going into hand-in-hand combat, going into SEAL training, blah 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 blah. So the same is inverse for a man that does.
That's out. Nah, they got it. Look,
I mean, a lot of them have passed the qualifications being able to, like, shoulder 200, 300-pound men. And I've been involved with a lot of military people, and they say as long as there's a woman that can do that comfortably for long periods of time, they're fine with it. Everything else doesn't take too much physical aspect. But if they can't do that, and it's rare that a woman can, but if they can, then I say it's good. But in the inverse of this situation, right, we're talking about a man identifies mentally as and emotionally, spiritually, whatever the fuck you want to go based upon, as a woman. That's fine. I support that. I love that. Be your truest self. That's fucking amazing. However,
Slide in like 10. I got to slide in 10.
okay, yeah, no problem. So basically, just that said, to wrap that part up, men are more physically adept to being able to smash world records in a woman's field. Like, it's gonna happen. So I don't really agree with that. But I also want to open the floor to this last 10 minutes. Do you have any questions for me that beg to you as a man that you want to, from my perspective, be answered?
So first, boom, how long you been trading? And then
9 years.
9 years for sure.
Yeah.
Second, shit. I guess like what are some of the hurdles that you had to overcome before becoming consistently profitable? I feel like a lot of people like they got their turning point. So I just really want you to talk about that turning point. You know what I'm saying?
It actually happened recently. I've always struggled with it and still was able to see realized gains from, all my trading. However, especially as a woman, if we're talking about men and women roles, emotions were the biggest thing to get up and out of my trades, because then that ignites my ego. That makes me like, okay, I'm fucking mad about a loss. Now I have to overtrade to win with the same trade idea, which may be dog shit, So that was basically the main turning point for me, especially now that I've, secured a big bag in the markets, not only Forex, but in other asset classes. Man, it's just the emotion of it. Now I don't give a shit. So, what about for you? What do you think?
Shit, you got to get to the point where you really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like it's risk to reward at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out. Or, some people swing, so they get in, they hold, maybe hold for, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and
Yeah.
then boom, get out. You know what I'm saying? So first, I feel like it's about finding your style, finding a style that suits you, finding a style that, because you got to get comfortable in this shit. And then then you get uncomfortable so you can grow. But first you got to get comfortable and find your shot. So finding your shot is like finding what type of trader you are. Everybody got a different personality, and I guess where people go wrong is they see different traders and they try to mimic what they see. Oh, I want to be like this, I want to be like that. But it's like you really just got to like take all the info in, you know what I'm saying, and be like, okay, but now you become more yourself. Okay, maybe you can take something from over here and over there, but still just like you got to be your own person at the end of the day, because it's really
Absolutely.
is you versus you, because it's you pressing a button, pump, 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 like so. That's what
Look
it is.
at this man's guns, by the way. Oh my god, he's been putting in hard work. Can we just take a moment to like appreciate that? Wow, boys, get in the gym is all I've been saying lately. And I just recognize that because it's bulking season, baby, okay? Um Curious about
Baby,
you what?
I gotta eat, trying to get bigger. You feel me?
Yeah, bro, I don't know if you can see or not, but I got this whole fucking pot worth of ramen going. Still putting in work, but we talk like
Growing up.
motherfuckers. Anyway, trading question for you. How do you feel about people that are struggling financially, playing with money that they really can't stand to lose, and looking for this to overnight change their entire life?
It's not gonna happen overnight, straight up. But I feel like even with those people, like, see, they think, oh, I'm about to come in and I'm about to get rich quick. I'm about to make all this bread, but that's not how it's gonna work. You feel me? Because even at work, like if you had to scale up in the corporate world, it's gonna take fucking steps to get there. So first, it's gonna be like you're gonna come in. You might start as the janitor, and then you get to learn the place, and then you meet somebody, and then boom, next thing you know, you scale up, and the next thing you know, you scale up. So at the end of the day, I feel like everybody got to know that it's gonna take time and it's a process. You feel me? And okay, yeah, you got a small account, but you could build a small account into a big account. But like, don't rush the process. That's all. That really all I gotta say. They be trying to rush it, but it's just a slow way. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? But people get in, they just want to flip, flip, flip. They see everybody flipping. Okay, go ahead, flipper. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the flippers really only post the dubs. You get me?
Yeah, that's
So
true. Very true.
straight up.
What other questions do you have for me? Because I mean, I could go for days, but we're
Yeah,
running on
I guess
time for now.
yeah. I guess like what would you say your trading style is? Like, would you say like you're more of a scalper or more of a swing trader, and then why? What's your reasoning?
It depends on the asset class. I'm largely a scalper on anything from Forex to large holding stocks. That's what I basically like to scalp. If it comes to commodities, which I really only touch gold and WTI crude oil, as well as indices, which, you refer to them kind of same as I got addicted to it, Dirty 30, Nasty Nas, those kinds of things. Yes, 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 I know. Those are more of like long holds, and that's because they're more of a stable asset, I like to think, especially when you run like linear regressions. You see basic Japanese candlesticks, price actions. A lot of those indicators are a whole lot more sufficient when it comes to long-term swing trading than scalping in particular. But I don't know, what do you think?
I'm a scalper at heart. You feel me? If I need a swing trade, I can, but I just like the game. You feel me? So like I got these little Game Boy or Trade Boy type little keychain shits. You feel me? So
Right.
it's like for me, Forex is really like a video game. So I treat that shit just like that. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
true. I see it the same way. That's the way to have fun with it too. What else? What else?
Shit.
So,
Another
sorry,
question.
I'm
All right.
chilling.
Let's see. Uh. All right.
If not, I got you.
What? Now I got look. What? Because you know, like you had to go through an emotional overhaul. So like, what emotional overhaul did you have to go through before you finally figured out like, yo, I figured this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that? I guess like, what was that turning point? What was that aha moment?
The aha moment was just getting unattached from the realized gains. As soon as I started like playing with it and just liking to watch the charts because I don't know, they were pretty, I started really understanding what I was learning, all that kind of stuff. That's really just the turning point for me, is not sweating the whole fucking like, oh my god, unrealized gains, just something that's in your trade account. It's not realized gains until it's in your fucking bank account. So to stress over something that is like unrealized gains is absurd. And that was like what lifted the cloud from me, where I was like, okay, until it's in my fucking bank account, it doesn't matter. So if I take a loss, okay, let go of it and find a new position. That's it for me.
That's I feel like that's the hardest aspect for people is the you feel me if they need to take that L, boom, take that shit, get hit and shake it off because it's like boom, they get hit and it's like oh man, now I gotta they want to get back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like that fight or flight shit with your brain. Like if you get hit naturally, oh, you feel me? It's like it's about to be a fade. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like all right, you know what I mean?
Either they fight back and try to earn it, or even the flight response too. They like run away from trading entirely and give up. I've seen so many people be
That too.
right there, like right there to really flipping the shit out of their stuff, right? But they don't, because they quit prematurely. They're like, oh, it's just not for me. I'm never gonna understand. Blah blah blah. I'm like, though the hardest lessons that you take in this game is what I think is like transforms the trader, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're pretty much out of time. I do have one hard hitting question. You're both um, the male perspective, and you are also. Oh, do you prefer black man, African man? Any of my friends just say call me black. I think it's dumb. But anyway, what do you think about Black Lives Matter and Antifa?
Black Lives
So
Matter.
curious.
Well, I feel like they should continue doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Continue pushing, concentrate, continue making noise, and continue moving forward. You know what I mean? And I feel like shit, it's a lot of lives that matter, and we need to just keep moving forward in the world. But particularly like, just me growing up being me, black. You know what I'm saying? I've ran into a lot of problems. Shit. So just
I'm sure,
having to go
and
through
I've seen
shit
it. Yeah.
but just having to go through a different type of, or live through a different set of rules. So definitely, they do matter. Uh, I mean, I could go extremely deep
Absolutely.
into a whole history lesson and shit, but it's not really, we might about to do that today. I told you I was about to get up out of here. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
definitely, what I'm saying, even with this Forex shit, like in a sense, like this, shit, this a new wave, an entirely new wave, an entirely new voice. So uh, through investing and stuff, like shit,
Yeah. Come
we
up
get
through
a
your
chance to
bags,
see it
boys. Then that'll make some noise quick.
straight up. So it's like this, I feel like this is really the game where if it's time for us to make noise, this is where we can make noise, and that's why I'm doing my
Absolutely.
thing. You feel me?
Absolutely. What do you think about MLMs too, like multi-level marketing
Oh shit.
companies?
Okay. So check. So I feel like there's some dope ones, And I do feel like there's some MLMs that are, absurd to say the least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But definitely, I feel like there's some dope ones and there's some other ones. But I feel like it's just a business model, and people gonna get their bread how they get their bread. You know what I
Right.
mean? But
Right.
there's
Right.
some models that they model even like Forex MLMs. Shit.
Yeah,
There's
those
a
in
lot.
particular I'm asking about.
Yeah, those are very interesting. You know what I'm saying? I guess they found a way to get paid off the info. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it for
That's
them. It's
publicly
they getting
available
paid off
anyway.
the
Fucking
marketplace.
A.
Yeah, they kind of get paid off the marketplace. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, it's just like find a way to capitalize off the marketplace where you don't necessarily have to take the risk. It's like everybody else. Like everybody else taking a risk and you eating right. So it's like some people gonna eat off that, but definitely eventually it's gonna be a time where the flip does have to turn on where it's like, oh shit, either you gonna get with this shit or you not with this shit. Like look at the times they're changing. Crypto is really moving.
Right.
This NFT shit is really moving. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the whole trading world, like technically people are trading, especially buying NFTs and the price is going up and they're selling them like what's that, buy low, sell high? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
technically they're trading, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a different form. It's almost like the new trading cards. You get me? So it's like shit, people either gonna get with it or get lost. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Much like anything in life, I totally agree. So I'm gonna let him go. He has a lot of things to do. Stay tapped into everything he's doing. This is your time to plug all your shit. I'll put your stuff in chat again. I just have your YouTube link, so tell him your Instagram. Your sorry. I did notice Twitter. Are you in Twitter,
No, I
Joe?
don't. Nah, I don't have
What
a
did you
Twitter.
do?
They had shut me down because I was, I guess, exposing some YouTuber for their shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they had got my account shut down for that shit. But
Some people need
I
to be
was just like,
exposed. What the fuck, Twitter? Twitter don't believe in freedom of speech. Come on now. What the fuck? That's why I only post like fundamentals news there. Anyway, plug
nah,
yo
that shit
shit.
was
This is
funny.
the
That
dude.
shit was funny.
And I
But
hope
look,
we're gonna have
so
him on a lot more, I think.
no, I got you, but check it. So, hey, everything on YouTube, just look up TY, just Ty. You know what I'm saying? Instagram championship balling, but if you search Ty, you should be able to find me because I made sure I tag that shit like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then that's really all I got. Instagram and YouTube. And then oh yeah, the music shit, Tyillionaire. You know what I mean? And then yeah, because I'm about to hit the stew right now.
Literally right now. And
Literally.
behind the scenes, like I told you as well, I'm gonna start hosting you on this channel. So all my crowd, definitely go to him. You're gonna have some fucking fun, just like us. He smokes weed, eats, does
No,
gaming, forex, the whole works. So, all
so
right,
well, shit. Hey, y'all stay up. Appreciate you having me on. You feel me?
it's been real. Thanks so much for the input, and I'll see you soon.
All right, peace.
Bye.